It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
I like that one.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Timberwolves out in Minneapolis. Looking at Minnesota, they haven't yet found their groove. They're still trying to make adjustments to try and change the momentum here early in the season. Each game out right now, as their coach has reiterated, is another invaluable opportunity to refine their approach and make improvements. And you look at Andrew Wiggins, rangy swing man out of Kansas, traded after he was drafted, but Shaq, he overcame that odd start to his career, didn't he?
You know, he used the trade as fuel for him to become great. I'm happy for him. He put up an incredible rookie year season. He just has to continue it, continue to learn, continue to get great, and then hopefully he can be mentioned with some of the greats.
I mean, to be rookie of the year after being traded, the disappointment of not playing probably with the guy that you idolize, then you play 36 minutes a night. That grew, and that experience helped him propel him for this year, and I think he's ready.
Tip-off time approaches as we get you out to Kevin Harlan for the call.
It's the Timberwolves in Minnesota for a little interconference action here at the Target Center. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So Atlanta will get the first possession. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Kent Bazemore is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Jarrett Jack. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Howard in at the 5 down low. Millsap, no good. And Minnesota now the other way. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Well, Andrew Wiggins showed that he's going to be a big-time player in this league, Clark, for a long time.
And we knew Wiggins could attack the basket and create his own shot, Kevin, but I think many, and I'm included in this, were surprised at how good his jumper looks this early in his career. I mean, it's pretty reliable right now.
And Dang gets it to go. On defense, the Timberwolves. Kicks to Millsap. To the left side wing. To the inside. Bazemore gets the bucket.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Jang. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. Jang with a screen on Howard. Again, Wiggins missing. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Comes up empty down low.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
Pass to Towns. No luck. Great D that time from Howard. Well, let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Sam Mitchell. Doris, what's the news?
We talked about the keys to this game, and he singled out Paul Millsap as a player they've simply got to be mindful of. Coach told me he's always been an energy guy, someone you have to locate and box out every possession. But he's developed his offensive game to the point where he's more than just a hustle guy. He's also a scoring threat now, and a guy we can't leave open. They'll be watching him, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Here's Bazemore after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Shot clock at 5. The 15-footer, and that one's good. Schroeder's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
Picked his pocket. One-on-one fast break. Here's Jack. The Hawks working the ball around. Fires the 3. And there's Millsap. That's good on the assist by Bazemore.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems. for whomever he's facing.
Now, here's Rubio. And right now, he's averaging about 7 points a game. Levine kicks to Zhang. Rebounded by Howard. Atlanta leading by 3. To the middle. It's tipped. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And it's Wiggins missing. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Schroeder. No good with the triple.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
The Hawks have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Feeds to Millsap. It's tipped.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Levine. Rebounded by the Hawks. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And guys, that was their night. I mean, it seemed like everything they shot went in.
It happens that way sometimes, guys. It was just one of those games where the hot shooting of a couple of players became contagious, and nobody was stopping it.
Here is Rubio. Following the basket by Dwight Howard. Rubio the pass to Levine. Towns sets the pick for Rubio. Terrific design on the pick play. He lays it in.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
The Hawks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter.
And a lot of teams in the West can at least get a little bit of a breather when they go against the Eastern teams. The Wolves didn't have that last year. They got pummeled by the entire conference.
Millsap dishes to Bazemore. 3 on the clock. No good there off the double clutch.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
Rubio outside. Kicks to Zhang. Back to Rubio. And another 3 for Minnesota. Greg, as you said, with the Wolves, they had as hard a time with the East as anyone. Only managed a 9-21 record, Clark, out of conference.
And those 9 wins were the fewest against the East for any team in the NBA. Not a surprise given how badly the Wolves struggled in general.
Millsap. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one is on Towns.
And Paul Millsap, guys, the only player to lead the NCAA in rebounding 3 straight seasons back in college. A former second-round pick was kind of slept on, but now clearly making his mark in the NBA.
The first free throw is good. Greg, you were talking about Millsap's ferocious rebounding. He battles inside, but Clark, he is so skilled.
Yeah, he's just really a good all-around basketball player. He can pass, handle, step out, and hit the 3. Very, very versatile. He makes an impact on the game a lot of ways.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap, very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
And Millsap with over a 7-foot wingspan and also just a great nose for the ball. He gets you rebounds, blocks, and he leads all power forwards in steals pretty much every season. And speaking of Millsap's defense, I mean, he can switch out and cover perimeter players as well. His smaller stature gives him that versatility, but then the long wingspan allows him to still bang with the biggies.
Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
And folks, it's not like the Hawks didn't have talent. I mean, they did have 4 All-Stars last year. None of them voted in, however.
You know, what shows you just how team-oriented the Hawks were last season was this stat. They never had anybody score more than 30 points for them in the game all season. Millsap had 30 points once early in the year, and that was the high mark for the team.
Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
The Hawks trail by 3.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
Here's Jones, pick up by Hill. Pekovic with a screen on Korver. Eyes again, and Pekovic with the lay-in.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here is Hardaway. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Here's Hill, and that's a foul. Called on Chris Humphries. Here's Rush, guarded by Korver, and Rush kicks to Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Fires it up. And he overshot that one, missing. The Hawks trailing. Outside Korver. There's the pass to Hardaway. Down low. Splitter. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Splitter's got his first basket.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the bench.
Hill, a screen on Hardaway. Jones tries in. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game. And that one falls for Jones. Clark, one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
And so Jones nails both of them.
And how about that road record for the Hawks? 25-16 last season. 9 of those wins came during that 19-game winning streak in early 2015.
Now here is Hardaway. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Cephalosha kicks to Humphries. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Now here's Muhammad. 11 points for him in that last game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboard, Jeff, and that also was a factor.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Boy, you look at the Hawks, and they seem to be built to play on the road because they can survive a player having an off game. They're so deep and versatile. Team basketball is a lot less prone to go cold when you're on the road.
Here's Hardaway. Pass to Cephalosha. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Cephalosha's got it all tied up now for the Hawks.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotage. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Rush the pass to Jones. Outside Hill. The Timberwolves working the ball around him. In the corner, Rush with it. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Muhammad. His last 10 games, averaging 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
Now here is Hardaway. He dishes it to Cephalosha. Chance there to take the lead, missing. And Muhammad kicks to Begovic. It's deflected. Now here is Cephalosha, defended by Jones. To the left wing. Humphries dishes to Cephalosha. Cannot hit. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Here's Rush. Outside, Jones. A second chance effort. Here's Pekovic. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
Cephalosha kicks to Hardaway. Humphries the pass to Court. Hands it from downtown. Korver's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Minnesota shooting 43% since taking the floor today. And Muhammad gets it to go.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now here's Hardaway. Inside, here's Cephalosha, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Begovic with a screen. Muhammad dishes to Jones. Rush from outside. Rebound by the Hawks. To the paint. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Corbin. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Cleveland. They hold the first place spot in the conference, just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, Atlanta, 2.5 games back.
And if you look at the Hawks right now, they look like a team on a mission. We knew coming into this season that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. They've done nothing to change anyone's mind about that.
That's for sure. I mean, expectations were high for these guys, and they've more than lived up to the hype.
Here's Rush. Wide open. And, yep, couple bounces, and it falls. Rush has got his second bucket of the night.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Splitter against Pekovic. Splitter misses.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
The Timberwolves have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
All right, now, take a break, 2 shots.
The first one falls for him. Some changes for Minnesota. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Towns comes in for Jordan Hill. And Levine subbed in for Brandon Rush. Atlanta also making some changes here. Howard's checked in for Splitter. Ken Bazemore comes in for Kyle Korver. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And so Jones nails both of them. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jack for 3. That's good. Jack's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Here's Muhammad. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves lead by 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball, this is my passion. You know, on the court, it's my sanctuary. You know, I want to have fun. The reason I play is to win championships. I take this game very serious.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
Yeah, it's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
Wiggins outside at the 3 with Anthony Towns at the 4. Rubio and Levine teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Jang in at the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Minnesota leading by 3. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year, Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Now here's Schroeder. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Towns with the steal. Rubio left side. Dishes it to Towns. Just 5 to shoot. Wiggins drives in. And he gets it to go. Wiggins has got 5 points so far.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Now here's Schroeder. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Boston.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
Now here's Wiggins. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Shot clock at 5. Here's Levine. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Now here's Schroeder, covered by Wiggins. And here is Howard. 14 points from him the last game against Boston.
And how about the block shots, guys? I mean, just overpowering on the defensive side. Really, he was the intimidator.
Levine, good. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And, guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Howard is still Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year he had not one 20-plus rebound game. Tell me the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
And he ends up missing both free throws. Well, Dwight Howard had that back surgery, and he's had knee trouble, and he is no longer quite as dominant Clark as the player we saw back in certainly his younger days in Orlando.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Kevin, he's still in the conversation for best centers in the NBA. I think he remains a superstar big man when he's healthy.
Now here is Jack, following the miss by Andrew Wiggins, and so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you remember back in Orlando, Dwight Howard, a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, not to mention a slam dunk title. He's lost some of that lift, but still has more than just about any other center in our league. And Howard missing a lot of time last season with various knee issues. He's taken his training and conditioning regimen to a new level, it looks like, to kind of preserve his body for the long haul.
And so Howard nails both of them. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
Splitters checked in for Atlanta. And so it's Atlanta with it. It's a 5-point game. And Jack kicks to Corver. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Jack's got 3 assists in the game.
You know, in the second round, the Hawks had a bit of trouble once again with the Wizards. Were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. Seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
Here's Rush, Pekovic, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
And really, with the Hawks in the postseason, they just ran out of help. I mean, the Korver injury, the Carroll injury were huge against the Cavs. And when you lose that much talent, you could see why they were swept out of that conference finals. Don't forget, they also lost Cephalosha prior to the playoffs. And guys, for Nikola Pekovic, NBA scouts said he needed work on his shot coming in. Yet he's money from mid-range at times, especially at the charity stripe. One of the best free throw shooting bigs we have in our league.
The Hawks making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. And the second free throw, good. And back to Pekovic at the free throw line. Clark, he has consistently been around 75% for his career.
And Kevin, last season he got that number up to 84%. And he also gives you really good effort in the paint on both ends of the floor.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And last season, really a tale of two halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
That free throw good for Millsap. Well, the Wolves improved just very slightly last year in terms of wins, Clark. The quality of play on the floor, though, was visible.
Yeah, and you know, the team's point differential was a lot better with Rubio in the lineup. They did have some big wins over quality teams, and Rubio's impact was certainly noticeable.
And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Now here's Korver after Jordan Hill's miss. Millsap down low. He's guarded by Hill. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
One shot. One shot.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
Now here's Pekovic. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Philadelphia.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game. Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Atlanta?
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, the other thing they've been able to do in the early going is to get to the free throw line and convert tonight.
Both free throws good from Pekovic. And last season, an injury-filled one for Nikola Pekovic. Played only 31 games before he was sidelined. Clark with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, and you know, he wasn't even playing quite up to par before the injury, Kevin. After shooting well over 50% in each of his first 4 seasons, he dropped to under 43% last year.
Now here's Korver. He has 5. Clock at 4. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Pekovic attacking. There's the double team with Korver. And Rush kicks to Wiggins. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And on the subject of Pekovic, last season was another difficult step back for him physically. At some point, one wonders if his whole career becomes in jeopardy. It just takes so much effort to keep coming back.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And guys, I, for one, can relate to what Pekovic is going through. I mean, it's not easy as a big man to get those injuries to your legs. I mean, you're carrying a lot of weight and force around. I mean, let's hope Nikola finds a little more luck going forward as far as the injuries.
Wiggins outside. Looking to end his cold spell. Atlanta with the rebound.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Hardaway kicks to Millsap. Here's Cephalosha. Banked in off the glass. And now it's a 3-point Hawks lead.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Pick up by Hill. Wiggins outside. In the corner, Rush with it. From deep. That's no good, and now he's missed two and made two. Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Korver kicks to Cephalosha. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Here's Pekovic. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. That's 10 points for Nikola Pekovic. The Hawks leading by 3. Right side, Korver. Here's Cephalosha. Kept alive. Korver passes to Millsap. Here's Hardaway. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now, here is Hill. An 11-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia. Rush outside. And Splitter pulls it down.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Here's Rubio after the basket by Atlanta. And there's the feed to Wiggins. Back to Rubio. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Pekovic missing. The Hawks leading by 7. Here's Splitter, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwight Howard's checked in for Splitter. Humphreys comes in for Paul Millsap. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Cephalosha. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Kyle Korver. Atlanta's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Now here's Schroeder. D right on him. Howard dishes to Hardaway. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Hardaway has got 9 points.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg. He did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clark, won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Jones kicks to Zhang. Here's Muhammad. Looking to end the run. And Tang gets it to go. Zhang's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in play.
And Howard with the stuff.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And Bazemore kicks to Howard. Just 5 on the clock. And he lobs it up toward the rim. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence. Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
The Hawks leading by 11. Now Schroeder. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Passes to Howard. Humphries with a screen on Chang. Bazemore passes to Schroeder. The leaner inside. Another shot, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Jarrett Jacks is checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the second quarter. There's the pick. Jones kicks to Zhang. Gets it to go from 8 feet. Zhang's got 8.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
The Hawks leading. Howard with this screen on Jones. To the left wing. It's tipped. Towns with the steal. A minute 20 left now here in the second. Jones with it. 9 points last game out. And he gets it to go. 10 points for him.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Now here's Schroeder, defended by Jones. Towns with the steal. Down low, here's Levine. The shot is off. And Atlanta will come the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Towns dishes to Muhammad. Inside. Count it, and the Atlanta League has been cut down to 7 on the bucket from Zhang. Zhang's got 12 points in the game. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. Launches a 3. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Jones. Muhammad, the pass to Jones. He kicks it to Muhammad. Here's Towns, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's only a 5-point Atlanta lead.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
There's Schroeder. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. The Hawks on top. They lead by 5. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Ricky, what does it say about this team to have such great productivity from the bench, and what does it do for you guys as a unit?
It's amazing. That means like we have a deep bench, and then a lot of work from the staff, from the everybody of the team, like doing extra work and winning games.
Well done, Ricky. Thank you. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They started to take control of the game in the second quarter and pulled away nicely, heading into halftime up by 5. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, their passing was impressive. They're in a good position to win this game, in large part because of those assists. And this is the thing. You win as a team in this league. You have to share the basketball to succeed. And if they carry that level of unselfishness in the second half, they're going to be tough to beat.
Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Looking at the numbers for Gorgui Dieng, he has 12 points and also a block shot. What touch he's got out there. He's hardly missed anything.
And really the only thing you can do is try to keep the ball out of his hands.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Hawks. Paul Millsap out there with Kent Bazemore. Then there's Howard. Then it's Jarrett Jack. Very strong start to the career last year of Andrew Wiggins out of Kansas. Just 1 year with the Jayhawks. Came out strong early on, and Clarkie never slowed down.
Yeah, found his stride early and just kept strutting his stuff right to the tune of Rookie of the Year.
Here's Bazemore. Rebound, Minnesota.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Rubio outside. In the corner, it's Wiggins. They get it again. Zhang. He nails it. And we're tied up. Zhang's got 14 points for the game.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks the coach grew up.
And slammed in by Howard.
Some Hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Minnesota with the ball after the basket by Atlanta. That's good.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Schroeder. The kick out to Jack. This one for three. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Howard's got his third assist on the night. And Rubio kicks to Jack. Back to Rubio. Towns wide open. And again, it's Minnesota converting. And Atlanta has possession. Outside Jack, screened by Howard. Jack dishes to Howard. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Jack for three. Here's Millsap. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And while there's a break, here's a collection of the shooting guards that have made an impact with their passing this season. The leading assist men among 2 guards. Fourth, Jared Jack.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and it may often be overlooked, that skill at the shooting guard position, but if you think back on the all-time greats at that spot on the floor, they were all fantastic passers. Almost all were fantastic passers.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Millsap. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Jack, and it's Hill in for Towns.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. And as you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
Now, here's Rubio. 5 points in the game. That gives them the lead. And that's 10 points for Andrew Wiggins. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
And, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their roles superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the player of the week last year in an unprecedented move.
Here's Hill after Jared Jack's score. Here's the 3. LaVine can't hit.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And it's sent back by Hill. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. LaVine, good.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Outside Jack. Millsap a screen. Jack passes to Schroeder. Fires the 3. But they'll get another chance. And Millsap slams it in. And not even 3 quarters out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there at Greg, he's enjoying every second of it.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Listen, the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now here is Jack. 10 points for him. And that one's good. Schroeder.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
The Timberwolves trail. Pick up by Hill. The drive by Rubio. The dish to Pekovic. Wiggins outside. Shot clock at 6. There's Levine. Atlanta with the rebound. Splitter's got 3 rebounds now in this one. 3-pointer. And Jack good for 3. And it's a 4-point Atlanta lead.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Minnesota calls timeout. And the one thing Thiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles, he knows where he's supposed to be, he gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
And for Thiago Splitter, he's been a relatively unsung player in his career, never getting his number called on offense, receiving little recognition from the media, but providing tough defense in the post. He shot over 55%, crashes the boards in the 20 minutes or so a game that he gets. So that's been good enough to really establish a productive career.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, during that break, Minnesota's head coach had some words for his team. He told Pekovic that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Atlanta's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
You know, getting back to Splitter, yes, you need superstars to win in this league, but you also need guys like him, guys who put the team first, will bust the gut to carry out their responsibilities on the floor, off the court, and in the locker room. You need all of that to be a championship team.
And that's a foul. It's called on Tabo Cephalosha. That's his first foul. The Hawks making a switch here. Humphries checked in. Jones kicks to Hill. Rebound by the Hawks. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Korver attacking. Can't hit.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Rush. Guarded by Hardaway. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Looking at the Timberwolves, let's see where they rank in the NBA statistics right now. 7th in opponent points per game, 12th in free throw percentage. And they're ranked in the top half of the NBA in points off turnovers. I mean, they're not a stellar defensive team, but they do a pretty good job of turning turnovers into points.
And you look at their opponents' points per game. Now, some of that can be influenced by pace of play, but I still like what I'm seeing from them defensively. Getting stops, a big part of how they win games.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Rush. Now here's Hardaway. 9 points in the game so far. Right wing. Splitter dishes to Cephalosha. Muhammad grabs the board. Timberwolves have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. Jones kicks to Muhammad. And it falls over the rim and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 2. The Hawks have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. On the way against Jones. Korver gets a wide open look. Korver missing again.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Now here's Jones. Hill. Rebounded by Korver.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Cephalosha. He's putting up 9 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. And Minnesota has possession. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Now here's Muhammad, covered by Cephalosha. Shot from 12. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And it's 6 points for Shabazz Muhammad. Atlanta's gone past the 3-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. All the way against Jones. Pass to Splitter. Lock at 6. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Nikola Pekovic.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Minnesota.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Jang, he's checked in for Minnesota. Towns comes in for Hill. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Minnesota in the lead. And here we go. Fast break. Muhammad's got it.
2 shots. Foul.
There was a time when the media had written off Shabazz Muhammad as an impact player he showed last year. He belongs in this NBA.
Yeah, certainly did. I mean, he improved in every facet of the game. And sometimes we tend to write guys off a little too soon, Kevin. The media in general, not you in particular. He's been a big-time performer for the Wolves.
Howard's checked in for Splitter. Muhammad hits them both.
And for Muhammad, it's weird that so many fans had given up on a player just after his rookie season. I mean, he's vindicated anyone who stuck with him after his slow rookie start. And for Muhammad, a lot of it had to do with the hype he got in college, coupled with his age situation. So when he struggled, people were too quick to write him off. But he has showed
he can ball. Tremendous output from Howard. He has 9 rebounds, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
He hits the second from the line. Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And Rush kicks to Jones. Towns sets the pick for Jones. Another miss by Minnesota.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one. Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Minnesota shooting here about 46% for the game. He feeds it to Rush. Muhammad up top. It's Jones on the wing. A 3-ball. Again, the miss by Jones.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of it.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
Here's Jones following the bucket by the Hawks. Towns sets the pick for Jones. A floater, and it's sent back by Howard. Here's Humphries. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Hardaway has got assist number 5 here tonight. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Atlanta.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Here's the screen. Here's Rush. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender. This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Hawks. That one misses. The Hawks leading by 3. 1:39 left to play in the third. Screen by Howard. Sefolosha passes to Howard. That's a 2 from Korver. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Howard's got his 4th assist in this one. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Minnesota really had a rough year last season. A lot of people know that, obviously. A lot to do with their defense. Greg struggled in almost every defensive metric.
Yeah, and, you know, they struggled at times guarding the basketball, but ultimately I think the biggest issue for them was their inability to protect the rim. That's an area and a point of emphasis that has to improve for this young team.
Now, here's Howard. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
In the corner, Rush with it. Feeds it to Jang. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. Jang with the screen for Jones. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And guys, this has not been a season to remember for him at the free throw line, certainly to this point.
So he comes up empty at the line. Minnesota making some changes. Wiggins comes in for Shabazz Muhammad, and Zach LaVine subbed in for Brandon Rush. And then for Atlanta, Paul Millsap is checked in for Humphries. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. And Jarchak is subbed in for Kyle Korver. Jang can't get it to go. Good D by Howard. Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 9-1 run. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Jack dishes to Millsap. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Jones kicks to Wiggins. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Shooting for Minnesota, Andrew Wiggins. 2 shots.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Wiggins. The third quarter comes to a close. It's Atlanta as they wrap up the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game.
Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bill. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm on the Nico basement, putting working on the phones. Either that or try the money more to make
The Hawks leading by 5. The athletic duo of LaVine and Wiggins on the perimeter. Youngsters Anthony Towns and Chang are in the post. And it's Rubio in the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. The Timberwolves shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Kicks it to LaVine. The pass to Dang, tries from 10, and it's sent back by Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Wiggins outside. No good. Atlanta's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. LaVine passes to Rubio. He dishes it to LaVine. Shot off the pick. Towns kicks to Zhang. And the foul on Jarchak. That's foul number 2 for him. Minnesota making a switch. Pekovic is checked in. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's LaVine, defended by Jack. LaVine dishes to Pekovic. Knocked loose. Tries yet again. And he lays it up and in. Pekovic has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Timberwolves.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. And with the game still very much in play, he sounded very confident, telling the players, don't let up. This is where we make our move. Right now. Go take it. Kevin?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Now, here's Schroeder. Pass to Millsap. Outside Jack. 6 to shoot. Schroeder passes to Jack. No good. And Minnesota will come the other way. Wiggins outside. From 12 feet out. Again, Wiggins missing.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Dishes at the basement. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Here's Levine, defended by Jack. Levine kicks to Rubio. Just 5 to shoot. Wiggins inside the line. Again, Wiggins missing.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Levine dishes to Wiggins.
Take a look at what Wiggins has done. 12 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Wiggins. Kyle Korver. He's checked in for Atlanta. And both free throws good for Wiggins.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Schroeder kicks to Howard. To the inside. On the wing, Korver. He wants to get the Millsap and does. It's tipped. And now the Timberwolves on the break. On up the court. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And for Levine and his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, Levine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
And the first one drops. Minnesota making some changes. Hill, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. And Shabazz Muhammad subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. Timberwolves trail by 3. The feed to Muhammad. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Hill. Hits the front of the rim and out.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Bazemore passes to Millsap. 13 feet away. Muhammad grabs the board. Muhammad's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Rubio outside to tie it up. And yes, sir, that one drops. Rubio's got the game tied up here for Minnesota.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Outside Korver. Five on the clock. Schroeder with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. And that one's good. Schroeder.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Rubio outside. Towns sets the pick for Rubio. Passes it to Hill. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 7th assist in the game. Deflects the pass. Towns with the steal. Here's Muhammad to the middle to take the lead, and Rubio finishes it off. Rubio's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You know, I don't think it's ever too late to make a sweet dime. I mean, even if you're halfway through your shot, you might find a better one with 4 teammates.
Minnesota in the lead. Levine kicks to Muhammad. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. It's back to Hill. Fades. Rebound Atlanta.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
That's good. And that's now 9 points in the game for Kyle Korver.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Hill, no good. Hawks have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Here's Schroeder. Rebound collected by Levine.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
And Muhammad gets it to go.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
The Hawks trailing. Here's Schroeder. He kicks it to Millsap. The dish to Korver. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Lock at 6. Those 3-pointers off the mark. The Timberwolves shooting for the game at 42%. Bean passes to Rubio. Pick up by Hill. Rubio outside. There's the triple. But they get it back. Pass to Levine. To the paint. Here's Muhammad. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Now it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
He's really done a nice job taking advantage of his opportunities in this half.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Bazemore. On deep. Hill pulls it in. Hill's got 4 rebounds in this game. Korver against Rubio. Hill is screwed on Korver. There's the double team with Korver. Hill drives in. Rejected by Millsap. And they'll keep possession.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Karl Anthony Towns. Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Towns. Jang, he's checked in for Minnesota. Wiggins comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Jarrett Jack is checked in for Kyle Korver. And Towns drops them both.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
The Hawks trail by 6. And here's Schroeder. There's the pick to the wing right side. Now here is Jack. He's tightly guarded, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Here's Levine, doubled by Jack. Levine dishes to Towns, out left to the wing. Rubio with a wide-open look. Here's Dang. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. The kick out to Jack. Stolen by Levine. And at the top of the key, Towns. Here's Wiggins. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. And it's an 8-point Minnesota lead. Atlanta's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Howard against Jang. Howard, the pass to Schroeder. Looking to get back on track here. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Ricky Rubio picks one up. And as usual, he's the one directing traffic out there, guys.
And guys, he always has such a firm grasp of exactly what the game plan is. He's always talking, making sure that all 5 guys are on the same page.
No good on the free throw. And he can't hit the second.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Talk about some great numbers for Rubio. 10 points and 9 assists.
Offensively, defensively, man, he has done it all.
All hustle, non-stop effort. He just doesn't quit. Great resilience and relentlessness in his play.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Ricky Rubio. He makes 1 of 2 that time. The Hawks trail by 9. Here's Jack. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Levine's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And now at the fast break, Rubio with the ball.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Jack. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Here's Schroeder. But they recover it. Howard dishes to Schroeder. Jack inside the line. Jack missing again.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places you could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot. They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Now here's Schroeder. Shot to stop the run. Again, the miss by Jack.
Man, he's just pulled a Harry Houdini in this quarter. He's completely disappeared.
Rubio outside. Wiggins sets a screen for Rubio. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. They get the rebound. Towns. That is good. Towns has got 4 this quarter.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're down by 13. 1:25 left here in the fourth quarter. 1:25 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Jack. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Jack's got 10 points here in the second half. Timberwolves leading by 11. Levine kicks to Rubio. He feeds it to Jang. Back to Rubio. Takes the three. Millsap grabs the miss. Time running out for the Hawks. Jack for three.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Minnesota.
Better shooting from the charity stripe was what made the difference, I think, Clark, in this one.
And I think it was a matter of concentration, Kevin. They really locked in from the line.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And tonight they square this season series at 1-1. You've got to think they had that loss earlier in the year in the back of their minds, a motivating factor for sure. They showed a really nice response here tonight against the Hawks.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Jang. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
So it's Atlanta now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And it's Jack again missing. Levine passes to Rubio. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Gordon James.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Well, his ability to get into the paint and get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.